Right, people, how to take pictures at a small, cramped, bad car meet, really, when it's really busy and you feel like there's not enough space. I'm going to show you a couple of things. Firstly, get your wide lens off of your camera and put on a zoom lens. This is going to disguise the fact that we are in a crowded place, right? Because the main thing for today is that we're not going for these crazy wide shots to show that it's really crowded. We're going to go for these nice zoomed in detail shots with a nice zoom lens. If you don't have a zoom lens, you can just use your wide lens, but get as close as possible. All right, so let me show you what I mean by a cramped, not very goodly spaced car meet. So as you can see, it is a really small, really tight car meet. Do you know what I mean? There's literally 5 cars here. They're all parked right next to each other. It just wouldn't look that good on a wide lens because there's just too much next to it and too much going on. So what we can now do is we can just get nice and up close. So for example, we've got this lovely Porsche on the side here. Let me just set the camera up. I forgot my polarizer. I use the K&F filters. They're nice and cheap. They're down below. If you don't know what this does, it basically moves the reflections around the car. So if the car's got loads of reflections on it through the glass and stuff, you can cut through the glass and you can just move the reflections from one part of the bodywork to the other and make sure you actually can see the paint for what it is. I'm obviously going to start with this Porsche because why not? It's probably the best looking one here. That rear tail light is looking straight at me, so I'm definitely going for that, because what we can do here is we can frame it up with the tail light and the wall and make it look like it's just on its own little photo shoot and there's nothing else around it. This is the perfect spot to do it in. Yeah, so I might even get a bit closer. I want just that spoiler and the exhausting frame about there. And that already is a perfect shot on its own, and you wouldn't even know that it's crammed in a car meet that you can't even see. Also the GT3 logo. I can shoot here, but as you can see, there's a car in the background, which doesn't actually matter as much, but for me, I want this to look like a private shoot, so I'm gonna go this way. And then I can use that polarizer again. So this is without the polarizer, and then this is with the polarizer. See what I mean? So that's already 2 shots that you wouldn't even know is crammed in this, not bad location, but it's just, you know what I mean, that's not very well put together for photos, this place. Next I might do the front grille and get like a front shot, but to be honest, I don't know if I'm feeling the front of this car. Maybe. Let's go more sideways here. And just try to get the cars that are in the car park out of the way. So about there, let's move the polarizer around. Again, not the craziest shot on that one, I'm not really a fan of that. But with a nicer, sharper front end, you can get a nice shot there. And to be fair, if I had my wide lens on, I could, like if you're shooting with a wide lens, you could, obviously I can't do it with this 85mm, I might be able to, if I get far enough back. You can shoot dead on, and then, oh, that actually works. Yeah, let's do that. And then the cars that are either side of it, it doesn't actually matter, because you can have Photoshop them out, or if they're just enough space, you can get a dead flat straight on shot. You can try to get the engine. I am actually going to try to secure a shoot with this car, so I might do this in a separate video if that goes to plan, because I think the driver is around here. And then obviously another thing with the polarizer is I can now shoot through his windows without even opening the car, because I can cut through the glass and I can get a nice focus shot on that wheel there. Do you know what I mean? That is sick. And then this is a shot, obviously this is a bit harder to not get another car in it, but this is the sort of car I would do that side on front lip shot. You obviously can have something else in the background. There's nothing really you can do about that one, but sometimes it does add to the photo, but I prefer it to not do that. But like you can see here, we can frame it up with the other cars and focus on that middle car. Yo, look at this thing that's rolling up. What is this? This is kind of mad. He's going to go against this wall. This is going to be perfect for a photo. Could even ask this guy for a shoot as well. It's kind of crazy. Yes, we can get some good side-on shots with this because he's actually parked away from everyone. Mate, this is crazy. I've never even seen something like this.
No, I didn't like that.
What is it?
It's a Morgan.
Jesus.
Yeah. Is that industry and supply or what?
This is gasoline and juice.
What's that?
This is like a little cafe sort of car. There's like art and stuff inside, but it's more like a car meet sort of place.
Yeah.
But it's normally a bit busier, but
Well, it's not
it is what it is. And then there's like a bike cafe down there
Yeah.
with some other stuff.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Both of them then, I think.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some pictures of this, I reckon.
Uh,
You too. Yes, he's obviously parked in the perfect place for a side-on shot of the rear. Because it's a nice flat wall, so if you ever find a car in this position, make sure you get it right there. We'll try to get some details of this. This thing is mad, a Morgan. I've never seen this in my life. Yeah, this is perfect. This is parked in a good spot, but just generally, with all these cars, you just find a car that you like, go round it, and just find all the details and shoot them as close as you can, framing it up and making it look as nice as possible with the environment that you've got, and just try to eliminate getting any other cars in the shot with it. You just got to get creative, and that's what I like about it, because it made me figure out these shots that I've never taken before. Do you know what I mean? Because I was having to like think outside the box to make the photos look interesting. So it is actually beneficial when you have a car meet like this, because it pushes you to take better photos. I think the McLaren guys are coming back up in a second, so I might be able to convince them to go do a private shoot, which will be in the next video, and I'll do a POV private shoot of just the McLaren over in some cool spots, and we can actually space it out then and actually frame it how we want to. But let's get a nice centre shot of this thing like that. That is sick. My white balance is so orange at the minute, but I can change that in post. So I didn't have a private shoot with this McLaren guy, and he was just going to leave it there. Well, then I could just try and get a full frame of it myself. So I'm going to use this car that's in the way, and then I'm going to frame it up and then have the building at the top. Try and get this over the curve of the actual body line of this car. Bosh. And then that makes for a more interesting shot. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you. You can, do you know what I mean? You can either leave or moan, or you can just get on with it and take photos in the situation that you've been given. Yeah, it's not the craziest video I've ever done, but I thought I'd just make it anyway, just to give you guys a bit of advice, just in case you do go to these sort of meets and you're getting frustrated. There's ways around it. You just need to open up your mind and stop getting so frustrated and just deal with the situation. Throw on a zoom lens, pick a car one at a time, and use everything around it to frame up and make these really cool, interesting shots. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Nothing too crazy, but hopefully it helps someone that watched it. And also these McLaren guys are coming down now, so stick around, because we might be able to get another video coming out after this one of this private shoot with that lovely McLaren. If you guys have got a spare 20 minutes, you want to get some photos, you can stick the McLaren up there if you want. There's a little hill in front of the nice building. Get some photos before you go. Yeah, it'd be ideal if you could reverse into that middle spot there, and we'll just have it on the angle.